Food intolerances? Food sensitivities? What the hell are you talking about? We ate all those foods and didn't have any problems. That is the exact words that came out of an elderly grandmother of one of my patients. She said that when she heard me explain that food intolerances and food allergies were causing her daughter's chronically ill symptoms with lupus and autoimmune disease and gut problems and chronic fatigue, she was really perplexed. And honestly, she had a really good point. 75 years ago, people weren't walking around saying, I'm gluten intolerant, I'm dairy sensitive, I have an allergy to eggs, I break out from this food or that food, I get brain fog from that. So what changed? Did suddenly every food on the planet become potentially dangerous? Or did something else happen to us? And that is the real question. The answer, my friend, may shock you. I'm Dr. J, and if you're fed up with drugs and surgery but still trapped inside a body that's sick, tired, and overweight, well then welcome home to our mega health community. And do me a favor and subscribe below. Food allergies, food sensitivities, and food intolerances are not the main culprit causing millions of people who are suffering with over 150 diseases and 100 symptoms of hidden food allergies. They are the result of a damaged gut. More specifically, a condition called endotoxemia. Now that's a really big word, but let me break it down for you in easy to understand language. Living inside your gut are trillions of bacteria. Some good, some bad. But when the gut becomes damaged from processed foods and sugar, refined carbohydrates, antibiotics and other drugs, alcohol, stress, plus all the toxins in the air, water, and food, the bad bacteria become overpopulated and they're rapidly reproducing and dying every couple hours, releasing toxins inside the gut. And worst of all, these bacteria migrate up from the large intestines and move into the small intestine. The 24 feet of normal, healthy small intestines have very few microorganisms living inside there. And the type of bacteria living there, well, in normal guts, they release compounds that act like antibiotics, surveying and killing all the harmful invaders. But things have really changed. Things have really gotten bad because there's an overpopulation of these bad bacteria now in the small intestines, and they're releasing poisons and toxins in millions of people, and the scientists call them endotoxins. Endotoxins damage the lining of the small intestine and create what many people call a leaky gut. Now, the toxins from the bad bacteria, along with partially digested food particles, well, they end up leaking through the gut wall and into the bloodstream where they do not belong. And then what happens next? Well, the immune system overreacts. It goes on high alert and triggers a lot of inflammation. And then suddenly, the body starts reacting to foods that were never a problem before. Dairy and eggs, wheat, and all gluten foods and corn and soy, any food as a matter of fact, even healthy foods. The immune system isn't really attacking the food, my friend. It's reacting to the damaged gut environment and the toxic inflammatory compounds coming from the poisons that are released from everything in the environment. They're released by the bad bacteria inside the small intestine. I explain this to my patients like this. If your favorite household plant turns yellow and becomes wilted, you don't scream, quick, remove the water. No, you're not going to do that. You're going to ask, what's missing? What's irritating the plant? Maybe it's a lack of nutrients. Maybe it's toxic paint fumes that poisoned it. Well, the same thing happens inside the human body. Next, what do doctors do? And what do suffering individuals do? Well, they treat their symptoms with over-the-counter and prescription medications while overlooking the real root cause. Today, millions of people suffer with bloating, gas, acid reflux, skin rashes, fatigue, brain fog, autoimmune diseases, sinus problems, headaches, arthritis, and food sensitivities. In his book, The Allergy Revolution, Dr. Braley, he documents research studies that prove there are over 150 diseases and 100 common symptoms that are caused by hidden food allergies. Hidden because the symptoms can actually be delayed for up to 3 days after eating the offending foods. And when these suffering individuals discover these food allergies, the food intolerances, or food sensitivities, they're told, just avoid the foods or the food groups. So people believe they need to follow a food map diet or to avoid lectins or the nightshade family or gluten foods or dairy or any other food. But listen carefully. If you only avoid the foods without healing the gut, eventually the safe eating list will become smaller and smaller. And that's not health. That's survival. The goal is not to fear food. The goal is to restore the integrity of the gut and to heal the gut. And then when you repair the gut and wipe out the bad bacteria living inside the small intestine, you're going to reduce inflammation. You're going to restore the normal population of the healthy bacteria inside the small intestines. And then you need to make sure you eliminate eating processed foods and foods loaded with refined sugar. And that's when you'll fix the root cause, the endotoxemia, toxins that are damaging the gut. And when you do that, something amazing happens. The immune system quiets down. Food allergies, food sensitivities, and food intolerances, well, they disappear. The body restores itself. Why? Well, because the lining of the gut is repaired and it's restored, a normal gut function. Functional medicine, aka natural medicine, asks this question: why is the body reacting? Not just what drug will suppress the symptoms. Your body was designed to heal itself. Food is not the enemy. A damaged gut is. Get rid of the toxins, fix the endotoxemia, repair the gut, and restore the 24 feet of the small intestines, and food allergies, food sensitivities, and intolerances will simply vanish. And that's how you say goodbye to illness and hello to wellness. Now, if you found this video helpful, do me a really big favor. Like this video, subscribe to my channel, and leave your comments below or your questions, and I'll get back to you. Have a great day.